animals of all kinds in the low country this weekend for the Southeastern Wildlife Exposition. Now, today in the studio, we have David Hitzik from Bush Wildlife Sanctuary. This is so exciting. Now, I have to admit, David, this was a little intimidating for me this morning. I'm like, are there going to be animals in the studio? So who's our first guest this morning?
I usually can get into any door when I'm holding an alligator.
Yes, I think so.
This is an American alligator. We've got all kinds of animals that we're going to have at Jack Hanna shows today.
That's right.
12:30 and 3:30 at the Gilliard Theater. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing our own presentation at 11 o'clock back at the Gilliard as well.
Wow. So there's a lot going on there today, but what's so, great is that you guys are really hands-on and really show the people what y'all do on a daily basis in Florida.
Right. Well, what we want to do is we want to introduce people to the things that they can see right here in their own neighborhoods. It's so often you can turn the TV on and you can see great nature shows, but it's from different places.
Right.
We want to teach people about what they can find here and also explain to them a little bit about the natural histories of the animals, because there's a lot of misconceptions that people have.
And we've seen one of these in our front yard here at News 2. So who is this?
This is an American alligator. This alligator is about 3 years old. He's around 3 feet long. Alligators, great conservation story. They went from almost the brink of extinction back in the early 60s to now, at least in Florida, we have over 1.5 million alligators that can be found there.
Wow. And then we have another animal. We got 4 here, so we got to keep them going.
We've got all kinds of animals. One of my favorite groups of animals to work with are birds of prey.
Oh, whoa.
This is Fiona. Fiona is a type of owl called the barred owl, and it was given its name for the barred or striped patterns on its chest. If you take a look at it, it almost looks like the bark of a cypress tree.
Wow, yeah.
And that's where they like to live, is in the wetlands of the southeastern United States. This is one of our larger species of owls that are here. When you look at the bird looks like it might weigh 3-4 pounds. You'd be surprised it barely weighs 1 pound.
Wow,
That's
pretty.
That thick layer of feathers gives it an absolutely silent flight when it flies through the air.
Wow.
At nighttime, everything gets quiet, so the owls have to be quiet as well.
And our next one.
Now, the next one.
We all see these everywhere.
Well, Pepe Le Pew had to make an appearance since Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So
that's great.
This is a striped skunk. When people think of skunks, they go, oh gosh,
Stinky.
They stink. But they're very, very passive animals. They don't mess with anybody as long as you don't mess with them. But if you trade on a skunk, the skunk's got a defensive weapon that'll make you stink for a long time.
Oh man.
And they're pretty accurate. When they spray, they can spray accurately for 15 or 20 feet. It's almost like a pepper spray or mace. It can cause temporary blindness, obviously cause you to gag, and that's their way of being able to escape any predators that are around them.
All right, we got one more.
We got one more.
This is the one I feel like I'm going to scoot my chair over.
The very first animals I ever got a chance to work with were snakes, and this is a king snake. Now, the further south you go in the United States, they change colors. They become more light. Up here where you have the eastern king snake, they're black with kind of yellow markings on them. The further south you go, they just become more yellow. It's a type of constrictor, which means the way that it captures its prey, it bites the animal, wraps around, squeezes until the animal's no longer alive, and then it goes ahead and eats it. Now, these animals were very important for earlier pioneers because this was their method of pest control, not only for rodents, but this guy, he loves to eat other snakes. And that's where they got the name king snake, because if you're a snake and you eat other snakes, I guess you're the king or ruler of all the snakes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so David, we have to wrap things up, but SeaWe is taking place today and tomorrow. It continues, and you're going to be with Jack Hanna today, but tell us about when you're going to be showing all of these animals tomorrow.
All of our animals will be on stage at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's a great program, and one of the fascinating things to me is that so many people come back and say, this is our favorite thing to do at SeaWe. We come and see you every year, so we look forward to being able to see everybody today.
Bush Wildlife Sanctuary. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate it.
Oh, it was fun.